Hey, Assalamu alaikum. Let's understand about how you can grow your muscle through fasting. So the fasting is very important to grow your muscle. Basically, let's understand about the whole story. Whenever you will fasting, so in this way, your insulin level will be dropped. So insulin spike will lead to accumulation of fat. So remember about that. While the decrease of the muscle mass. Why? Because the insulin when spike will lead to extra glucose deposit into the fat rather than deposit into the muscle, because muscle required less amount of the glucose for consumption, while the adipose tissue will convert the glucose into the fat, while the muscle will not convert. So in this, the muscle will not convert the glycogen enough, so the extra glucose will enter due to the spike of the insulin. So in this way the fasting will buffer. So the fasting will buffer to not allow the extra glucose move into the muscle, and in this way the extra glucose will convert into the fat in the muscle to become basically the muscle will trigger the adipose tissue to deposit the fat. So the glucose basically prefer more the excitement of the insulin will lead to extra glucose will not enter into the muscle, because muscle store the glycogen in the form of limitation, while the adipose tissue absorbs the extra glucose for conversion of the fat. So that in this way the fat will gain while the lose of the muscle. So remember about that things. And in this way the fasting will grow your muscle. How it is possible? Let's understand about that. With the loss of fat. So fasting, whenever you will be fast, so insulin will buffer. When insulin will buffer, so growth hormone will spike. The growth hormone when spike, it will target to the adipose tissue to break down of the fat, because growth hormone is very important property to break down of the fat and growth of the muscle, because the insulin like growth factor 1 increase will lead to deposit the extra glucose into the liver in the form of glycogen, while also target to the muscle to extra glucose deposit into the glycogen, while increase the number of myofiber due to the growth hormone and the insulin like growth factor 1, which that is triggered due to the growth hormone, and it is released from the liver due to the growth hormone trigger, and the IGF-1, which that basically target to the adipose tissue to lipolysis also. While during the fasting the glucagon will improve and increase. In this way it will target to the adipose tissue, and the epinephrine also triggered due to the sympathetic nervous system activation. With the fasting, the prolonged fasting will lead to adipolysis, and in this way the lipolysis, the breakdown of the fat will occur. While this breakdown of the fat is very important, this breakdown of fat will increase in the blood circulatory system and go into the liver, and extra fat and extra cholesterol will excrete through bile, while the useful cholesterol go into the Leydig cell of the testes and the ovary for female to produce the steroid, because the Leydig cell contain in the testes produce the steroid by the synthesis of the basically is the testosterone production and the estrogen. But the testosterone is important for the growth of the muscle, so in this way the growth of the muscle will increase. While on the other hand, the fasting also give you relaxation, relax your muscle and decrease the fatigue, and in this way the inflammation of your muscle, inflammation of your brain and inflammation of your bones will decrease. In this way the joint pain, the arthritis, osteoarthritis, inflammation of the bones and the low level of the nutrients will improve, because of fasting basically the intermittent fasting and fasting basically stop the proteolysis, while it will trigger the proteogenesis, while it will trigger the fat loss. So the fat loss while the grow your muscle due to the proteogenesis due to the growth hormone. So important thing is that the another growth factor also increase, like the endothelial growth factor and the epidermal growth factor for the skin health. So endothelial growth factor when increase due to the spike of the growth hormone will lead to cause angiogenesis. Angiogenesis means the blood vessel formation. In this way your body will increase the blood vessel. In this way the oxygen provided to the muscle will become a more ease as compared to the fasting less person, and in this way you can grow your muscle due to the nourishment to the muscle, and the blood vessel will be improved. So in this way, increase the blood vessel due to these things. So the fasting is too much important for the muscle growth. I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video. For this, bye. Allah Hafiz.